And we're back! Hello again, everyone. You're very bad at saying hello. Good evening, agents! This week, we are playing Session 0, Part 2 of Mage 20th Anniversary Technocracy Reloaded. I guess that's fair. Yeah, I guess that's fair. So, last week we went over the history of the magical world, along with the history and organization of the Technocracy, and then started delving into magic by assigning spheres. Tonight, we're going to go deeper into magical practice in the game, and then assign remaining bonuses and boosts, and do your individual intro stories where everyone gets to improv theater. And if time permits, we'll do the intro to the game itself. So everyone, activate your VDOS devices, purge all unmutual distractions, and jack in with us. I am Tyler, Eldritch Echoes on the web, and I will be your storyteller tonight. Our Panopticon agents are here and ready to go, so we're going to let them introduce themselves. Tell us who you are and who you're playing. You're also very quiet for some reason. Yes. Next. That's right. We're right in the deep end of the World of Darkness game system. That's how it should be. What were you going to say, Sarah? Go ahead. He's in hands. Skilled hands? Skilled hands. Alright. Now that everyone knows who you are, shameless plug time. Please remember to like and subscribe to Vorpal Tales here on YouTube, and then follow us here on Twitch. Leave comments on Twitch. Subscribe or check out our Patreon in its various tiers if you're feeling generous. It helps us a lot. We appreciate you all, and it lets us keep this going forever. You can find our crew on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch at Vorpal Tales, on Patreon at patreon.com/VorpalTales, and on our website, vorpaltales.com. You cannot search for it on Patreon, so just make sure you do patreon.com/VorpalTales, because we're set as adults because of the horror gaming. On Wednesdays, you can find us on the Onyx Path Publishing Twitch channel. We play lots of games. Technocracy Reloaded on Mondays. They Came from Beneath the Sea on Wednesdays. Descent into Avernus on Thursdays. Mutants Masterminds on Fridays. Starting next week, be sure to come watch us play They Came from Beyond the Grave and support the soon-to-start Kickstarter. Also, a special thank you to Onyx Path Publishing for always being involved with streamers of their games and making awesome games for us to play. Additionally, thanks to Sirenscape, because you can't be mutual without a groovy soundtrack. And lastly, thanks to my brother, N8MIDD, for an endless list of custom Roll20 character sheets, including the one we're using now. And that's enough mundane chatter. Let's get enlightened and cook up some hyperscience. Quieter mute music. Stand by. Shh, you. Shh. Right. The Panopticon decides what's mutual, sir. So, if I get to the right book. We touched on the spheres a little bit last week, enough for you to be able to add your points, but we're going to talk about them a little more this time. So we're going to start with correspondence, or data, depending on your sheet. Correspondence mages know one fundamental truth about reality. There is no such thing as separation. Everything always has some sort of connection. Doesn't matter what you call it, quantum entanglement, law of contagion, it means that you can affect or understand one thing by manipulating another. This allows you to reach a... Yes. Yep. Through correspondence, you can reach across distances, travel with impossible speed, tie knots in space, or space in knots, and be in multiple places at one time. When combined with other spheres, however, it does its greatest stuff and allows you to work magic at a great distance. Normally, you're restricted to only what you can perceive, but with correspondence, space is no longer a barrier, just an obstacle. At the first rank of correspondence, you can sense immediate spatial perceptions and the landscape of your own mind. At rank 2, you can sense, touch, thicken, and reach through space and begin to affect yourself spatially. At rank 3, you can pierce space, open and close gates, and begin to understand co-location. At 4 ranks, you can rend space, ward against other correspondence effects, and truly co-locate yourself with other spheres. At 5 ranks, there are no limits to how many places you can be at once or how far apart they are. Entropy. Contrary to the words of Chekhov, entropy is quite difficult to master. Of all the spheres, it has a reputation for being the most likely to get away from you or corrupt you. These are the risks of manipulating the raw stuff of fate and death. More cautious mages focus on probability, but chaos is hard to safely harness, and the butterfly effect is a real thing. Entropy is key to a lot of things in Magic in this game, but they divide most naturally into 3: death and decay, probability and chaos, and fate and destiny. You can use it to cause things to break down and die, starting with machines and then working your way up to living things, and ultimately concepts and ideas. That's scary. Using the sphere this way risks morbidity, however. We'll get into that later. Marginally safer are probability and chaos, and also fate and fortune. An entropy mage is always aware of the fact that a small change in one place can cause huge effects elsewhere, making it one of the easiest spheres to create subtle magic with in Untitled Paradox. Lastly, fate and fortune lets you take a certain amount of control over the narrative of life, detect lies, find destinies, and even be like fairy legends of old and enforce a binding oath. At rank 1, you can sense flaws, you can sense fate and fortune, and can usually tell if someone is lying or not. At rank 2, you begin to be able to control probability. At rank 3, you can affect predictable patterns. At rank 4, you can affect living patterns, which are unpredictable. And at level 5, you can affect thought, create binding oaths, and shape memes. Forces. The first sphere people think of when they think about magical combat is forces, but it's much more than just hurting an enemy. It's probably the best at that, though. So, through forces, any form of energy can be manipulated, transformed, directed, enhanced, or destroyed. Any form of energy. Awful sound, focus light into a laser, superheat the air, or summon a hurricane to wipe an oil rig off the face of the ocean. At rank 1, you can perceive forces. That includes seeing things like sound or the internet data moving through a cable. At rank 2, you can begin to manipulate forces, and you can move energy around. So, if your enemy's in here, and there's a lightning, and there's a power pole over there, you can pull the electricity out of the pole and put it on your enemy. At rank 3, you can transmute minor forces from one to another. You can begin to harness telekinetics and fireball. At rank 4, you can control major forces, and you can do massive weather control. At rank 5, you can transmute major forces and conjure nuclear explosions. Life. Life is focused particularly on transformations, because life is not static. Living patterns always change, grow, are born, and die. Anything that isn't... That's the only thing you'd be able to do, though. Yeah, the first time you get mind controlled and you blow each other up, that's a quick game. But you can't because you have no defense against it. This person gets it. Anything that is alive or still viable enough to be near life is governed by the life sphere. Things that are irrevocably dead become the matter sphere. A recent corpse, life. A week-old corpse, matter. Anything that seems inert but isn't counts too. Yogurt, cheese, plants. Sometimes, though, you need matter and life. Vampire, matter and life to mess with magic. At rank 1 of life, you can sense life, including sickness, what may or may not be wrong with them, the probability of them getting diseases, all kinds of fun things. Age, physical characteristics, I tell you the dots, stuff like that. At rank 2, you can alter simple life forms and heal yourself. At rank 3, you can transform simple life forms, alter yourself, and heal others. At rank 4, you can alter complex life forms and transform yourself. At rank 5, you can transform and create complex life forms and achieve perfect metamorphosis. Matter. Though mystics would never claim that matter is truly inert, matter by itself is considered a somewhat boring sphere anyways. It focuses on objects that have no motivating force of their own and is mainly considered useful as a metaphor. However, with technology, especially for your faction, that's another thing entirely. Because matter is a solid sphere and affects solids, but it's also dynamic. Basically, everything that's important in the modern world requires matter or is at its base matter. The lightweight, non-restricting fiber armor that gives you 5 points of protection but doesn't cause you to slow down, that would be matter. Unbreakable machines, cars immune to bullets, all of that is matter. At rank 1 of matter, you can begin to analyze the composition of objects. You can tell what it is, understands its structure, including hidden parts. At rank 2, basic transmutation. You can turn one thing into another equal thing, lead into gold. At rank 3, you can alter the form. You can now change the fundamental properties of a material during the transmutation, though not permanently. You can change density or mix and match metals to create alloys, for instance. You could also break objects apart or mend them if all the pieces are present. At rank 4, complex transmutation. Now you can make a composite material of many lesser, and you can also create fine-tuned parts, like you could build a computer and then use forces to give it power. At rank 5, if you had the right skills, I should say, to know how a computer works. At rank 5, you can alter the properties of matter. At this point, you can start creating impossible things, like Primium. But you can transmute anything related to matter. You want adamantium in this game? Rank 5 of matter. Mind. The mind sphere is one of the most subtle spheres in the game. You're welcome, Steve. It allows the users to alter perceptions, thoughts, emotions, and beliefs directly. Given that none of these things has a physical reality and are only perceived by the person experiencing them, it's really easy to make that seem like it was them all along. Beyond seizing control of other minds, though, it lets you have massive control over your own, often overlooked in the game. It allows you to empower yourself to increase mental attributes or convince yourself to do things if it's possible sometimes. At rank 1, you can sense thoughts and emotions, shield your own mind, and enhance your own mental attributes directly but temporarily. At rank 2, you can read surface thoughts, create empathic bonds, create impressions, and create mental impulses. So, mental impulses, the beginnings of telepathy. Feelings, single words, stuff like that. At rank 3, you can create a mental link, have true telepathy, create illusions, walk through people's dreams, and mind blast. At rank 4, you can control the conscious mind, alter the conscious mind, and project your mind out of your body. At rank 5, you can control the subconscious mind, forge an entirely new psyche, and untether your consciousness from your physical form entirely, and remain alive if you wanted to. With a Life 4 effect, you can swap bodies. Prime. The Prime Sphere deals with manipulating the fundamental stuff of magic. It's also the fundamental sphere when it comes to reinforcing or degrading reality. Being able to unmake or make magical things requires Prime. Also, if you want to ever be able to do cool things with Quintessence or make magic items, you need it. At rank 1, yes. Yes. But you could also be gifted a fetish from a werewolf that is friendly to you, which is more likely for you than them. They're Technocracy, they're kill on sight, but you're not. At rank 1, you have Etheric Senses, which you can sense ether. You can consecrate objects and you can infuse. You're able to draw Quintessence into yourself without needing Avatar. At rank 2, you can fuel a pattern, construct patterns, enchant patterns, and begin to realize how to turn Prime into a weapon that burns souls. At rank 3, you can channel Quintessence directly, create nodes, drain nodes, move nodes, enchant life, create energy weapons, lightsaber time, and then start crafting Periops, fetishes, and wonders. Also at rank 3, you can burn people with magic, causing terrible aggravated damage. At rank 4, you can expel or infuse the energy, you can tap wellsprings, you can craft tasks, which is the physical form of Quintessence, which we'll get to later, and make permanent wonders. And at rank 5, you can infuse or withdraw the life force from the thing, create nodes, create soul flowers, and nullify paradox. Soul flower is a person who automatically generates Quintessence, and if you have an emotional connection to them, you just feed on it, like a magic vampire. It's more complex than that, that's the simple answer. Spirit! Often thought of as the werewolf domain, this gives the mage the ability to explore and interact with other worlds and their denizens. This is also dimensional science for Shawn. These beings can range from the humble reflections of the animals that live on Earth up to and beyond the gods of mythology and Cthulhu. While, strictly speaking, spirit alone is needed to go anywhere in the Umbra, it's easier to reach certain realms than others. Shadowlands, the underworld, stuff like that's easier to get to. Spirit is also capable of summoning these beings and binding them to your will, or dealing with them, because they get mad when you force them. At rank 1, you can see spirits and sense spirits. At rank 2, you can affect spirits and begin to manipulate the gauntlet, which is how hard it is to pass between dimensions and worlds in a specific location. At rank 3, you can step through the gauntlet, pierce the gauntlet by making portals, and rouse and lull spirits. You can wake the spirit up in a thing or put it to sleep. You want to create a car that murders people? Spirit 3 will do it. Spirit 4, you can rend the gauntlet, seal breaches of the gauntlet, and bind spirits to objects. At rank 5, you can force ephemera, which is that horrible thing we talked about last week where you can destroy the avatar. You need that and Prime to make that happen. And you can break the dream shell, which means you can enter the deep umbra and you can free spirits into reality. Want to make dragons real again? Spirit 5. Time! Didn't you put a lot of yours into Dimensions Science, though? So you're good. You can bring back dragons. Mecha dragons, because then it's technocratic. He doesn't need forces to make it. He doesn't need forces to make his gun work. He needs forces to make his own gun. Eventually, he'll have them both, though. Yes. Time travel has fascinated humanity since the first time it was imagined. It's always been out of reach, except in this game. Not only can a time master bend time in all sorts of ways that aren't right, they can make it wibbly wobbly. However, going backwards and forwards, not a great idea. Other than time travel itself, it's very helpful in a lot of ways. Divination, seeing the future and the past with relatively high accuracy, wrapping yourself up in time to get bullet time, catch bullets, superhuman speed, slow everyone else down. So yeah, rank 1, time sense. You can sense the ripples caused by time magic, always be on time, and try very hard to always be where you need to be when you need to be there. Rank 2, past and future sight, and thicken time, so it's harder for other people to do stuff with it. At rank 3, time contraction or dilation, which means directly altering the flow of time, which is bullet time, and rewind time, changing your actions retroactively. Rank 4, time determinism, freezing time, triggering time to change based on conditions, creating time bubbles and creating anchor points, so if you do time travel, you'll always come back to a specific point. It's really good for when you create 50,000 other possible alternate realities. At rank 5, immunity to the forces of time and literally stepping out of time and stepping back in when and where you want. And then exploding in a horrible doom of paradox. Probably worth it, though. Any other questions about any of those? Seems like no. Right, there'll be more later, yes. Alright, let's talk about Quintessence Paradox. Alright. The basics. Again, we're reading this from the book a little bit, so it's going to come from the point of view of if you were being told this by another mage. Can everyone do magic? In one sense, yes. Every conscious person is an agent of intentional change. In another sense, no. You think, therefore you do, but only a mage thinks, therefore it is. The catch is, your choices have bigger consequences than the simple things you might see. It's not just a ripple effect. It's when the butterfly flies at you, thrives down your throat, chokes you to death. Once you learn what you can do and refine enough enlightened will to do it, you can leave miracles. You can call down lightning, look through time, manipulate the elements, and summon mecha dragons. However, I'm sure you've all read your mythology. How much trouble the gods always cause for themselves and everyone else around them? No free rides. No free rides. Nothing happens in a vacuum. The things you do come back to you. When you will a major change, you change other things beyond your control. A large part of magic then involves the wisdom of knowing what to change, how to change it, when not to change it, and how to prepare for the consequences when you do. Because there are always consequences. Sometimes those consequences can be dark miracles. You can go insane. You can disappear. You can alter the world around you simply by existing. In ways you can't control. You might attract the attention of horrible, powerful entities, piss off the locals, or even explode. The bigger your changes, the bigger the risks. When you gamble big, you can lose big. If you want to survive your nascent godhood, learn how to cast your magic in ways that risk the smallest backlash for the biggest gain. Paradox. Think of magic as Thunderdome. 2 realities enter, 1 reality leaves. Ideally, it's the one you want. If it's not, then you have a problem. Mages tend to call this problem the paradox effect, or simply paradox. Yes, it has a capital P on your sheets to show how big and important idea it is, because it can kick your ass. There are a million metaphysical explanations for what it is, why it works, and what you can do to get around it, but the simplest is, paradox is what happens when 2 visions of reality exist in the same place at the same time until one of them gives up. If it's your reality that gives up, it's going to hurt. This is when a lot of those consequences rear their ugly little heads. For whatever reason, paradox is the nasty face of reality's displeasure with your tampering. Sometimes that face is literal. Paradox spirits will come along like magic cops to cart off offenders to reality jail. Occasionally it wears the face you give it. When hobgoblins manifest and come after you, turning your greatest fears into spiritual manifestations can kick your ass. Sometimes it burns your skin and your mind and makes your organs rearrange until you throw up blood and bile. Sometimes it lengthens one leg and shrinks the other for a week. Sometimes it overwhelms your mind and you slip into a thing called quiet. Or sometimes you just pop like a balloon. As a dude named Xerox once said, Paradox is Jiminy Cricket with a chainsaw. The more material you give it to work with, the larger and scarier the chainsaw gets. Mechanically speaking, you gain Paradox when you botch spells or when you cast any spell that's not coincidental in front of non-believers, which is anyone that isn't a mage or a supernatural creature. On your character sheets, you'll see a wheel that says Quintessence Paradox. You fill Paradox from the bottom of the wheel and Quintessence from the top. When they meet, you can't get any more Quintessence, but the Paradox can keep rising and eat your Quintessence until it's all Paradox. Typically, you'll never get that far, though, because every 5 or 10 points, I'm going to roll to see if it backlashes. Or you're going to roll, it depends on how we do it. You're going to roll your Paradox like a dice pool, and every success burns a point of Paradox off and fucks you up. Physically, mentally, or monsters come for you. Questions on that? It is a huge part of the game, and it can be fun, because when you slip into a quiet, we have a little separate role-playing session, while everyone else tries to stop you from escaping, and you have to escape back to reality. It's good times. Jumping pages, hold on. Quintessence. The lifeblood of reality. It keeps flashing, that's weird. Whenever possible, Technocracy constructs, supernatural creatures, and tradition mages try to set up their places they live around what are called nodes. Ancient altars, deep wilderness, ley lines, legendary peaks. Centers of power in the middle of the city where all of the lust and desire for capitalism coalesces into one giant skyscraper. Nodes. They can pop up anywhere, very weak to very strong. Most of the super powerful ones have been claimed or is constantly at war over them. You will know one if you run into one. You'll feel it, you'll experience it, unless you have the worst of low avatar scores. But they're not always pleasant. Auschwitz has a node. Normandy has a node. The Trail of Tears is a node. It depends on what happened there that created it. Some nodes are temporary. We call those well springs, where the energy pops up and then disappears. Some are permanent, and those are the fun ones. A node is important because a node generates quintessence, and a very powerful node generates task. Quintessence is the thing that you can absorb into yourself to overpower your magic, to lower difficulties, sometimes to get automatic successes, to bypass penalties. You can add it to your spells to make things work differently. Chicken soup for the soul. Task is when quintessence takes a physical form. It's like if quintessence was water and it froze. Carry it around. Quintessence you can only carry so much within yourself, and that's it. Or maybe a magic item you have that holds it. Tasks you can carry as much as you want it in your pocket. It will absorb into something local, usually something consumable, like fruits or plants. Or sometimes something you can drink. And then that way, that's how you can carry around more than you can actually absorb if you can find that. Very rare. Also, most of your Technocracy gear is powered by tasks, even though you don't call it that. That's your battery packs. You're charging your items because they burn through magic. You will all have a starting quintessence rating equal to your avatar. So you can fill that in now on the top of the box. 1x for every dot in your avatar or your genius. genius for you. It's background. Nope, 1 per dot. Yep, so 5 dots for you. Yep, 1 dot per point of avatar for you, Eric. You'll start with no paradox unless fun things happen in your little brain. Question? On your sheet, it probably doesn't say that. It probably says primal energy. It's my bad. Yep. One for your genius. Yep. Which is the background. Yes, they must start at the top for Quintessence and the bottom. So, from the left, the top first dot. From the left, the bottom first dot is Paradox. Where is your character? Oh, wow. I like your name. So yeah, you're doing it correctly. Okay. Coincidental magic. The best, if not easiest, way to avoid paradox is to make your magic seem like a natural part of the landscape. If it can be accepted as totally believable, then nothing bad happens. If you make the apple appear out of thin air, that's paradox. That's vulgar. If you reach into your backpack and pull the apple out and nobody has seen inside your backpack, there's probably an apple in there the whole time. That's coincidental. If you're running down the street away from an enemy and a car's about to hit you, and you just put your hand out and the car hits an invisible barrier and crashes, that's vulgar. If you're running down the street and the car's going to hit you, that manhole cover just happened to be open and you fell in, that's coincidental. Is that making sense now? If your magic can fit into the... Correct. But if it can be explained away by the current paradigm of humanity, which is where you come in as technomancers, your edge is that you have a huge edge over tradition mages because most of what you use is gadgets. Really easy to make that. If it's not a pulse rifle, you can explain that away probably. It's not true everywhere. Different pockets of places have different realities. Deep in the woods, in the middle of the Colorado mountains, you might not be able to get away with it so easily. Downtown Seattle, pretty much anything you do will be accepted. It also helps that your technology doesn't simply fit the consensus of the world, it fits your own consensus. It's doubly helpful. You're not breaking your own beliefs of what you can and cannot do. Any questions on that? Depends on what you're doing. If you're trying to change a fundamental belief, you're going to need to explain how they talk themselves into it. If you're just like, this is not the car you're looking for with your mirror shades, they'll be like, oh yeah, it's the wrong color. It's not. They convinced themselves you didn't change anything. Did we attach that to the bind sphere? if we attach that to the mind sphere, then it doesn't mean you have to explain your spells away more. It means you have to explain away the side effects. So you can still just use your mirror shades and make them see themselves and change their mind. But then when they notice that the car really does change color, then you're going to have to be like, oh, that's one of those paints that does that in the sun or something. You're going to be more clever to explain the side effect, not the casting itself. Plus, a lot of that in your case is going to make your technology go weird because you're a technocrat. If it was Eric, it would be like plants wither and a cold, stiff breeze kicks up. In your case, it's going to be like all the smartphones in a block short out. Easier to explain. That flaw is less about people seeing you do it and more about other supernatural entities can hone in on you. Oh, somebody's doing something over there. That's what that's about. More than it is people, yeah, for that flaw. Okay. Huh. Yeah, that's the weirdness one. Final thoughts on Quintessence Paradox. The wheel reflects the interplay of opposing energies. The first reflects your connection to the essential substance of the cosmos, quintessence, and the second reflects your separation from reality, paradox. Your avatar stores quintessence, but paradox cancels it out. Life is an active, endless balancing game for a mage. I'm not sure how Nathan's sheet works, but it also might, if you start from the paradox side, or if you click twice when you're filling the wheel, it should change between letters to represent which is which. Okay. Moving on from magic stuff. Fun things time. Background trait assignment. Secondary science assignments. Core book page 288 for anyone who needs to follow along. Shawn, you're first. Because of your backstories and the cool things I'm going to do to you, because I'm going to screw you over to essentially by flawing you, you get hero points, much like merits and flaws. So I'm giving you free stuff because your stories are going to be dark. So, you're going to need to add secondary skills, Shawn. Whatever category I tell you to put it under, hit the plus sign and a little box will pop up that you can fill out. All you really need is the name and then how many dots. First, knowledges. Science, paraphysics. The physics of the paranormal, Bankman. 2 dots. We're basically going to jump back and forth between categories, so I'll do his knowledges and then everyone else's, but you won't all be equal because some of you have more in one category than in others. In the end, you have the equal amount of bonus points. Let me look at your sheet. Oh, yeah, pull the thing. Sounds great, pull the thing. The bottom right corner lets you pull your sheet left and right for all of you. Yep. Second bonus science for you is xenobiology, also 2 dots. Sarah, genetics, 2 dots. You have to add it as bonus knowledge at the bottom. Yep. No. Under your knowledges, there's a plus sign where you can just add more knowledges. Yep. Yeah, and the sheet doesn't self-stretch you. Genetics. 2 dots. Phylogeny, 2 dots. PHYLOGENY. Page 288 in the book will explain that to you. Or you can Google it. It won't come up. 2. And last but not least, 2 dots in psychopharmacology. Good luck with spelling that one. Easier than, yeah. Steve. Biopsychology, 2 dots. That's the science of reading body language to tell what people are thinking. Psychodynamics, 2 dots. And psychology, 2 dots. No knowledges for Eric. Secondary skills, starting with Eric. Animal kinship, 2 dots. Skills. Yep. Kinship. 2 dots. Lucid dreaming, 2 dots. Oh, I lied. You do have some knowledges. Apparently, I put all yours in one line. Okay. High ritual, 2 dots. These are all still skills. Moving to knowledges, belief systems, 2 dots. Spirit lore, 2 dots. And after you add these dots, I'm going to explain some differences, because people are going to ask. And Werebeast lore, 2 dots. Werebeast. I'm sorry, belief systems. It's like theology, but much wider ranging. Spirit lore. Two more dots. Yes. And Werebeast lore. So, for people who are wondering, the difference between occult, esoterica, and lore is the following. Occult is generic old wives' tale sorts of knowledge. I'm going to tell you whatever people think, whether it's true or not. Esoterica is the old wives' tales that's actually true, and lore is the actual truth. So spirit lore would tell you what a ghost actually is and is not weak against, and that it's not a ghost, it's a wraith, whereas esoterica would tell you that an iron cross actually does affect a ghost, whereas the occult's going to say, if you do sage in your house, you'll drive it away. Okay. Shawn, secondary skills. Here comes your fun ones. Energy weapons, 2 dots. Jetpack, 2 dots. Energy weapons is the first one. These are all 2, yeah. Yep. Not yet, but he will. Helmsman, 2 dots. That's specific to spaceships. You can pilot spaceships. And all 3 of you that are not Eric can add this one because you'll all have it. Hypertech, 2 dots. That's a skill. Hypertech is necessary to use. So in other words, you can't use Hypertech that has a dot rating more than 1 past your Hypertech skill. You want to raise this with XP as you go along. That's it for Shawn for that. But Sarah, your skills. Biotech, 2 dots. And Pharmacopoeia, 2 dots. Yes, basically. Steve. Search, 2 dots. Yep, in addition to Hypertech. Search is a very... So, like, if I have you roll Perception and you get 6 successes, but then I have you roll Search and you get 2, you'll get more information from that search check. Perception is, this is what I see. Search is, I know exactly what's important out of what I saw. It's more specific. and cryptography. This is going to come up a lot. 2 dots. Now we're going to cover your backgrounds. You already have these, just we're going to elaborate. Sarah, your certification is Federal Forensic Doctor with an ID. You can walk in like Scully and say, I need to look at this and do an autopsy. Anywhere you can keep a note of it. But that's basically what that background is giving you. You in the mortal world, you are a licensed Federal Forensic Doctor for the government. Yep. Except we're specifically making it a Federal Forensic Doctor because that matters. The local MD doesn't get you anything special, except maybe free lunch. Exactly. What's up, Steve? Very good at Mind 2 spells. She's very good at Mind 2 spells, Steve. Mulder and Scully are 1,000% Technocracy. Mind 2, plot. Yes, Mulder and Scully are actually part of Technocracy's idea, like, except they would be a good guy version of it, I guess. I think you can on Amazon. Yeah, the whole thing. Yes. Okay. I haven't. I have an awesome note in my notes that says explain requisitions to them, but no page number. So hold on. Okay, so requisitions. That's the page number. It's like the background's not going to help. But no, Shawn, Amazon does not give you requisitions. The Patreon does. Okay, before your mission, whatever your mission is, your team will be issued whatever gear your superiors think you need. And that's it. If you want more than that, as most agents do, you need to requisition it. In story terms, you tap your contacts and file an official request for the desired stuff. In game terms, you're going to roll your requisitions as a dice pool. And you should pay attention to this because I won't remind you. So you're going to roll it as a dice pool, and each success on that roll will give you 5 background points to buy gear for that mission specifically, which means it lasts forever because you get more new background points every new mission. You can pool them as a group to get group gear. You get whatever gear the Technocracy gives you for the mission. If you want more than what you get, you need to roll requisitions. Your bosses only give you what they think you need. This is to get more cool shit. Nailed it. Exactly. Now here's another reason why pooling it can be a good idea. You can roll individually if you're arguing about what each of you want. If you can agree on what you want, and you can roll all the dice as one big group roll simultaneously. If you get more than 3 successes on any requisition rolls, you can get as much mundane sleeper tech as you can use. You want 50 AK-47s, a rocket launcher, a bulletproof car, and nitro? Sure, 3 or more successes on that requisitions roll. Literally any amount of mundane sleeper tech you want for that mission. What makes you think that's a radical change? What makes you think that's changing anything? Okay. Possibly. Someday you'll figure out that you're working for the bad guys. You're going to have to deal with that somehow. Here's a funny note about that sort of thing, unrelated to the game entirely. Remember that movie with Nicolas Cage where he was a gun dealer? They actually bought 3,000 AK-47s because it was cheaper than buying props, and then they resold them. Look it up. Google it. Look it up. They legally purchased them and legally resold them because it was cheaper than props. Well, that was, 10 years ago? Alright. You didn't get any new computer parts, did you? Oh, where'd that ramp come from? Holy shit, do it again. Okay. Alright. Secret weapons. I think this only applies to Shawn. So I will roll one of your social traits, Shawn, plus your dots in the background whenever you want to try to get secret weapons. If I roll a 1 or a 2, you get something of dubious value. If I roll 3 or more, like, you might be like, I'm going to kill werewolves. Yeah, here's a glove that lets you speed access the internet from remote locations without internet. It's a terrible idea, example, but... Oh, hold on. Hold that thought. See if you can verify that, Sarah, because I can hear everyone. Can you... Yeah, on the stream.
Oh.
Wow. Yeah, Shawn broke it with his spell. Oh my god. No. Hold on, let me do this. Okay, talk. I don't know, my thing's moving when you talk.
I hear you. I hear you. Hey,
there goes
Arnon
Sarah.
Till, aka.
Oh, so what about everybody else?
All
right, there it goes.
in
It's
real
working.
time.
Tyler broke it,
Might be
but then he
our
fixed it so that he makes himself seem important. All right, it's working now.
Is it working for Mike, though? That's Eric. Wow, I said the real name. It's okay, it's first name. Is it working for Thunky Thunder?
Funky Thunder?
It is
Funky
now.
Thunder.
He says it is now, and he wants tacos, and we owe him tacos. So.
We do owe him tacos.
Huh.
Amazon, tacos.
Spell's never going to work, bro. All right.
Man.
Back to secret weapons. It's a good thing it's been mostly me talking. Back to secret weapons. I roll a social trait of my choice plus dots in the background. 1 or 2 successes is a thing of dubious value. 3 or more is choice goodies. A botch means I give you some shit that doesn't work right. And that's what Steve wants to do.
That's me. No. I want him to get a fully functional and operational electric stapler that he then has to fight the werewolf
that
with.
would be one
That's
success.
all he gets.
That would be 1 success, yes.
Okay.
He'll make it work.
But that staple can pierce metal.
Yeah. Well,
Funky
made out of
Thunder
silver, so it
says-
might actually be useful.
He says what?
He says that Voodoo's nighttime sunglasses broke the audio.
That is true.
That sounds possible.
Yeah, we can see all the porn you're watching. Like, just.
He is so worried that we actually can.
You're
tell him that.
welcome.
He's already paranoid about that.
My selection is exquisite.
We should be canceled. We don't have a taco emoji.
Okay. Let's move on to fun things. Except for Eric. I'm sorry, Eric. Enhancements. So, here's what you all got for your points in either gene engineering cybernetics, or bioenhancements. Sarah, you got 4 floating attribute points.
What?
You can add 4 attributes to anything, but only for a scene, and then you got to change them to something else.
What the fuck?
I said that backwards.
Oh!
I said that backwards. 4 points in attributes that last for a scene before you can change them again. They're set for a scene, however long that scene is.
You know what? I'm probably not going to remember that, like, just based on my personality.
There's a notes section on the bottom
Yeah,
of the
or like
character sheet. I would
write
put it
down
in there.
write down a note
Or extra
and then
dots.
stick it to your screen.
Oh,
Like on a
sorry.
sticky
Yeah,
note.
there's a note tab. Yeah.
Or extra dots in any.
Helpful.
I'm starting to get the feeling that this game needs to come with like pop-up reminders.
If you need it, that's what phones are for.
Okay, so I have it as 4 extra dots in any
Yeah.
attribute for a scene, no swaps.
Until the scene
How's
opens.
that sound?
Yes.
Un-
You can mix
Until-
and match them between different attributes or pour them all into one because you can go over 5 this way.
I
What the
like
hell,
this.
man. Wow.
I am boss.
Now, it can fail. To change them, you make a roll. The dice pool is your ranks and in the enhancement background.
I probably won't.
On any number of successes, even 1, you're fine. On any number of failure, it sticks in your original arrangement until another new scene. On a botch, they're stuck in that configuration for a day. Or I'm sorry, it's your background plus your enlightenment here. So 6 dice for you. It's a pretty good pool.
Loss of words. What?
When you're rolling to change them, you add your enlightenment to this background and roll that many dice. If you succeed, even with 1 success, you get to change those 4 points.
Oh, so this is a background.
This is using your enhancement background, yes. You have gene
Okay.
engineering.
Oh, this is gene-engineering.
Yep.
Why has it got to be so complicated?
Deep
But
end.
you have to go and make things so comp. Nope, that's straight. Nope, that's gonna
Okay,
get us.
Yeah,
Avril.
that you can't do.
We stopped.
The DC to the roll is going to be 4 plus the number of points you're changing. So minimum of 5, max of 8.
4. Wait, so DC 4
Plus the number of points you're changing.
plus the number of.
Bigger changes require more reprogramming and easier chance to fail.
Okay, so I just added that to the notes in
Yep.
enhanced/gene-engineered. Okay.
Yep. And actually, funny
Thank
thing
you.
is, I picked that for you because that's the easiest. It's just one thing. Everyone else is really weird. Shawn, your first change is that these should go in your enhancement notes on the background. First thing that changes for you is your skeleton has been enhanced with, help Eric, little tiny bugs in your body that are made out of metal. Crap.
Nanobots.
Nanobots and fancy space metal.
I was gonna say it.
What does this do for you, you might ask?
Absolutely nothing.
On your
We're gonna
sheet,
get copyright
I'm
struck so hard tonight.
on your sheet, go to the settings button up at the top where it says character details. Click settings.
Settings.
See where it has all those extra health?
Mm-hmm.
Extra health too, buddy. Reinforced skeleton. Then go back to character and notice you now have 2 more health levels before you die. You can take punishment. Okay. Next change. You have an environmental sustainability adjustment, which means whenever the environment is screwing you guys over, you'll have bonuses no matter what the environment is.
Oh,
your body
you're still
reacts.
talking to me.
Yeah.
I have environmental what?
Sustainability adjustments. In any environment that's hostile to humans, you have a bonus to survive. Not a guarantee, but a bonus. Say when, because we're not done.
Okay.
Subdermal armor. Whenever I tell you to soak damage, add 2 to whatever your normal soak is.
Okay.
That's it. Steve, you have built-in online access from anywhere in the world that can access a satellite. It's called a VDAS.
Shit.
VDAS.
You're a
Just play-
Wi-Fi access point, man.
Where
just- it
where
just-
where can I put this?
Under your enhancement background is a note, is a detail.
Hold cell phone up to our Men in Black.
And under background. Okay.
Yep.
Connecting
And no, only he
to
can see it. It displays the
Steve.
data on the inside of his sunglasses.
Spell it again.
VDAS.
DDoS. Got it.
Very common for Technocracy.
Why is it not VDOS?
You have bioengineered hormones.
This is a serious question. I need to know.
I don't remember what it stands for. That's why I skipped past it.
Bioengineered
Hormones.
hormones.
They give you +2 to the following rolls: expression, etiquette, intimidation,
Yeah, I can't spell etiquette. Intimidation.
leadership. Now I'm going to need you to straighten your tie when I say this one. Style. Thank you. Subterfuge. And of course, seduction.
minus 15 points for Agent Smith.
And of course, your beloved hypermed ejection system. Your baby. It can do any one of the following, but only once per scene period, because it's got a recharge. Add or remove 3 dots of stamina to the target.
Sorry, yeah, I gotta catch up. Yeah,
sorry.
what are we naming it?
Hypermed injection system. That's what the game names it. It actually exists.
Hypermed. Okay.
Oh, hold on. I
Once
gotta do
per
a thing real fast.
scene, then must recharge. And then it can do what?
It can do add or remove 3 points of stamina to the target.
Okay.
Create a life 3 heal or harm effect to a single target. Using this one forces a 12-hour recharge before you can do anything else with it. It burns the battery.
Okay.
Add a burst of speed and energy, essentially the haste spell of this game. Or create lethargy and extreme sleepiness and do the slow spell. That's one use. Either or. Say when, because that was a lot.
When?
And last but not least, you can raise or lower the target's pain threshold, which adds or removes 3 bashing health levels, but not lethal or aggravated, after which you need a 6-hour recharge for, enhanced interrogation.
I heard it, and then my brain shut down to my fingers. Raise or lower target pain threshold.
Add or remove
has
3
that effect on
bashing
you.
health levels.
One more time, sorry.
Add or remove 3 bashing health levels from the target.
Add or remove 3 bashing. Okay.
All right. Starting gear for Steve,
Yes.
the black suit. This is the standard issue black suit. You don't have to write all this down, just the effects. This is the standard issue black suit utilized by the NWO operative methodology. System is a Matter 3 adjustment is worked into the fabric of these suits, providing an armor rating of 4. So you soak an additional 4 damage on a hit.
Where do I put my armor rating in here?
There really isn't a spot, so extra trait or something, or put it in notes under enhancement. Anywhere you'll remember it.
I'm trying to think where I'm going to be looking at this sheet a lot.
The magic section.
Okay. +4 armor. Cool.
Yep. The suit can never be ripped or torn and never gets dirty, no matter what. It's always immaculate.
Awesome.
Save a lot of money on dry cleaning.
And it gives you the
Mhm.
mirror shades as a personalized tool, which we're going to get to in a minute.
Okay.
So anytime you do a mind effect, when we do the spell card, you'll be able to select personalized instruments on the sheet.
So on the details tab, there's an armor section,
Oh, okay. Shawn found stuff I didn't know was in there. Nice.
which I think has to do with the rollers up top. I don't know.
On the
to ask
details
Nathan.
tab.
Now for you, Eric, so for the people watching who know, we already did your totem bonuses when we built the character. So Eric has boost to like 3 or 4 skills, and plus at the rank his totem is set at, it's constantly there, and we'll talk to him and give him advice and probably tell him things he can't see. It'll be super useful.
Cool.
Like, it's definitely worth taking at max rank. It can also help you make bargains with other spirits, which is pretty powerful at higher levels.
Yeah.
Okay. Now for the audience at home, go ahead and tell them your strengths and weaknesses, by which I mean, starting with Shawn, primary, secondary, and tertiary attributes. How did you build?
Mental,
Mm-hmm.
physical, and social.
So Shawn is mental highest, physical secondary, social worst. What about abilities?
Oh man. I think it was skills, then knowledges, then talents.
Yep. And then for your spheres, go ahead and actually read those off.
Data 2, dimensional science 2, entropy 1, time 1.
All right. Sarah, you're next. Same question. Attributes. How did you build in priority?
I don't want to. I'm just kidding. Mental, physical, and social. And, when you find out a little bit more about my character's background, you'll see why.
Abilities.
Knowledge, skills, and then talents.
And how did you assign your spheres?
Ooh, with a lot of help, number one. But my primary is life, and then secondary is primary energy, and then third is matter.
Okay. Eric.
I'm sorry, tertiary is matter.
Tertiary. How did you do your attributes in order of priority?
Social,
Mm-hmm.
physical,
Mm-hmm.
mental.
Abilities.
We went with, I want to say it's skills first, then talents, then knowledges.
Correct. And how did you assign your sphere dots?
I put 3 in spirit, which is the maximum for me, and I put 2 in entropy and 1 in forces.
Then Steve, same 3 questions.
Social, mental, physical. And then I did, I believe it was skills, talents, and then knowledges. No. Yes?
That sounds right to me, yes.
It was either talent, skills, knowledges, or skills, talent, knowledges. I can't remember now. And then my spheres ended up being 3 mind, 2 data, 1 entropy.
Perfect. And now we move on to the good stuff. It's enough mechanics. We're going to begin with Sarah's backstory. We're going to reach back in time. You said you're 28 now, right?
I think so.
You're going to reach back in time a decade. No, 8 years to when Sarah was Sarah's character. And what's your name?
57.
57 was 20 years old. At this time, 57 was known as
Pity.
your gross human name.
We never went over that. At this time, I was still 57. Because the aunt.
Oh, right. Forgot that you didn't assign that. The aunt did.
Yeah.
The 9. So this would be. We actually did pick a few of these. Now I can't remember what they were.
Cecily was male, Vasilisa
Cecily.
was female.
So were you Cecily or Vasilisi when you were in college? Because you realized real quick telling everyone you were 57 wasn't a good thing.
It alternated.
Which one is it today?
Neutral was Ashton, I believe.
We'll go with Ashton. Why don't you do a quick explanation of what it was like for you growing up until you finally escaped at the age of 16 when you graduated school early and went directly to medical college?
So, my character grew up with a very traumatic childhood. Watched both parents die, and was a little traumatized. Went to an aunt who did not like children, and therefore renamed my character, who does not remember their original name, after the amount of children that the aunt had seen, and that was the number of 57. So I'm the 57th child that she has ever seen, and she grew up condemning anything having to do with childhood. So intensive academics, intensive non-play, non-gendered, so wearing gray, having a neutral haircut. And so at about this age, my character had decided that they would be any and all gender that they desired, and would go by preferably not 57, which was the only name that they can remember. And Ashton is neutral, Cecil B as male, and Vasilisa as female.
And for now, Ashton matters the most because I also remembered we haven't got to the stage yet where you can freely change, when the others will be more important.
Right.
On this day, you have had the terrible phone call you've been putting off for a month, but now you have to. When you have finally found someone who will help you with a gender surgery, you can tell the audience if it's gender reassignment, gender removal, it doesn't matter, whatever you want it to be. You finally found a doctor who was willing to do it and went through all of the necessary pre-psychology to get it done. The only thing that's stopping you is your aunt has to release the paperwork because you're still under her insurance in college. Steve, as the aunt, there's no way in hell you're letting this happen. Roleplay this phone call.
It's worth noting that my character was born intersex, but forced to be female.
Okay. So what are you trying to get? What are you trying to change with this surgery?
More androgyny.
Okay. So Steve and Sarah, Steve is the evil aunt, is going to roleplay Sarah calling for aid, and you're not going to get it. It's going to be an unpleasant phone call. Begin. The phone rings. Oh, wait. Steve's got a prop.
I mean, it's only fair.
Yes.
Wait, who starts the phone call?
You're calling her. It's ringing now. She has to answer.
I'm gonna call her Aunt Mildred, by the way.
I'm fine with
this is
that.
off the top of my head.
Mildred it is. Noted.
Okay, sorry, I didn't realize I was muted. Okay, so it's generally modern day, like cell phones exist at this current
would be
moment.
the year 28
Ish.
28 was when you awakened, right? Or is 28 when you wanted to start the game? I don't remember.
16 awakened.
Right.
Actually,
28 started the game.
So Mildred either has call ID or
absolutely
a cell phone.
Absolutely.
And
Hardcore.
she is going to screen this call and send
hardcore
you
religious.
to,
doesn't matter which religion. We don't need to get into that.
Send you to voice mail / answering machine.
Ouch.
Wow. You really roleplayed that phone call, Steve. Goddamn.
Oh,
so
man.
that actually means you're 16, not 20 in this, because this is your awakening. Yes. So you're 16. You just started college.
Okay.
You graduated very early because you're a genius. Beep. Robot voice.
Beep.
1-865553236 is not available to take your call.
Auntie, I need your permission for something. And you might like it better than my original self. It's
Click.
a reassignment.
What is it you want, 57?
Well,
what do you need from me now? What have I not already given to you?
Auntie, it's about a surgery. And I would say that it's necessary.
You would say, are you sick? Do you need what what's going on?
No, I'm not sick, Auntie. I would like to be more to your vision. Not having a gender. It's a surgery that would help me become more like you always wanted.
I don't know what it is you're trying to say or get at. This sounds ridiculous. I taught you everything you need to know and showed you exactly how to live appropriately, 57.
Auntie, I'm sorry. I thought this is something that you would want.
Why would I want something like that? Why would I want you to do a surgery of some sort when that's not what I gave you? Dress appropriately like I taught you. Act appropriately like I taught you. Focus on the things I told you to focus on, and you don't need a surgery like that.
But Auntie, wouldn't that be more appealing to you?
Appealing to me?
Yes, I figured that since I was always dressing in gray and you wouldn't let me play with toys, that you'd be happy with this.
57.
Yes.
It's not about what's appealing to me or you making me happy, because that's not going to happen. You're always just a little child, no matter what. I did what I could for you, but there's nothing. You've gone out. You're welcome for making you focus and you getting to go to college so young, even though you're still just a child.
Auntie, I'm
But
16.
A child.
I'm 16. I'm almost an adult. 4 more years. No, not even that. 2 more years.
No, 57. You'll always be a child to me.
Auntie. I have to go.
Goodbye.
I love you.
Click.
That was dark. +1 XP each. I like it. Well done. You hang up the phone, and you hear screeching tires outside, like somebody's hitting the brakes. This is your character. Steve's out now. Steve is clear and can redon the shades.
Put on the shades, block out the world. I love it.
Screeching tires outside, and you're living on campus, which means it's in the college itself. No one should be going fast enough to need to screech their tires. That's weird. What do you do?
I drive to an overlook.
Go to your door and open it and head down the stairs, and when you open the door to go outside, it hits something and you can't open it. And you notice, because you're very distracted from that call, that 6 other girls are in the common area. They're all whispering quietly to each other and standing at the windows.
What are you doing here?
It's a dormitory, but they usually don't congregate in this area, and they look at you like you're dumb, and they're like, look outside, weird kid.
I look outside.
This campus is it's a generic college campus somewhere in America. It doesn't matter. But it's very well tended, and it's got nice topiary-style square designed hedges around the buildings and nicely neat and trimmed yard, and it's got pretty flowers around the flagpoles. So you look outside, and it's like a wild forest. all of the bushes have grown up over the top of the roof of the building, and they've grown across the doors, and like the grass is 3 feet high, and the plants around like the flagpoles, it's like covered in wild moss and wildflowers and weeds. 2 hours ago, this was normal.
How did this happen?
No one has any idea that it's inside the building.
I go outside to investigate.
How are you going to get through the door that's covered in ivy and branches now?
Can I squeeze through it?
You could try really hard, yeah. Go ahead and roll Dex plus Athletics. Strength plus Athletics, sorry. Which, yes, is terrible for you.
Difficulty 6 is correct?
Yes. Unless I say otherwise, for all of you, it's always 6 as a default.
Oh no! What's it doing? No attribute was found. What's going on?
Double checking. This is not your sheet. That is not your sheet. I'm looking at everyone but you. 57. Okay. Oh, which one did you hit? The red die or the fork?
Let's try it again.
You definitely have them highlighted correctly. Oh, I know
The
what
red
the
die.
problem is. It's not anything you did.
Oh,
This is the thing I forgot. We have
that's
to
such a
fix.
dramatic moment.
Okay, now do it.
One success.
It's a very weird glitch. I forgot existed. All right.
I'm a weird glitch.
With one success, you're able to force your way about halfway through them before you get stuck and you can't go any further. You're now trapped in a bunch of branches after having that terrible conversation with your aunt. All you want to do is drive or get away. How do you react?
I'm just gonna panic. I'm gonna start like pounding on everything. Let me out! Let me the fuck out!
Roll 3 dice. Just do 3d10 in the thing. Don't use the sheet.
9.
Come on.
You scream, "Let me out," and you start kicking and ripping at the branches. Then you feel like a weird tingly sensation you've never experienced before, and then like a surge of energy, like 15 pumps at Starbucks in the morning because you haven't slept in 2 days and it's finals week. And all the energy rushes to your hands, and you grab the branches, and all of the plants start withering, like all of them, all the way up and down this entire part of the campus start withering. And then you're like, that's really weird. And then you cough and blood comes out, and you realize your nose is bleeding, and you feel real bad. Everything starts to spin, and you collapse. You wake up back in your dorm room. Somebody put you back in here and tucked you in. The light coming in from the window tells you it's nighttime now. It was early afternoon before.
What?
That was weird.
You didn't wake up naturally, though. You realize something woke you up, and it's the fact that your phone is vibrating off the hook all over the table you left it on.
I pick it up and I answer.
It's got a text message from blank, and it's just an address.
This is strange.
To say the least. You look out the window, too, because, you killed everything, and you look out the window, and everything is back to normal, like it hadn't happened with the plant life. And there's no sign of the nosebleed. But you do feel
Might
bad,
as well.
like you ate way too much Chinese food. Way too much curry.
Chinese food.
Too much.
Way too much hot sauce, yeah.
Okay, no such thing as the second part there.
I've got nothing to lose. I might as well.
You gonna go there right now in the evening?
Fuck yeah.
You put it into your GPS and you realize that address is about 3 hours from here. So you
I mean, if
drive.
you're making a bad life decision, you might as well make it a really bad one, right?
Exactly.
Yeah. I mean, it could lead to like the worst place possible, and I'd still go because my last resort was crushed.
You drive for 3 hours out of the campus district and out of the city and on next into a nearby city and into a really run down abandoned part of the city, like the bad side of Detroit, only nobody lives here. It's all abandoned factories and shit. And like a couple miles into this area where you haven't seen a living thing that isn't a rat or a cat in like 20 minutes. And the car and Google takes you right to a building and says you've reached your destination, and it's another nondescript warehouse in a field of nondescript warehouses.
Well, again, what do I have to lose?
A car pulls up outside your warehouse, Shawn. What's your quick little NPC's name? What do you want it to be?
What am I supposed to be again?
You're the shady smartass guy that hooks up black market connections and owns shady warehouses in the middle of nowhere where drug deals can go down.
Oh, so I'm just an arms
Shady
dealer?
dude.
You might think you're an arms dealer, but you're really a middleman nobody that's gonna get gunned down by the mob someday.
Oh, okay. Then in that case, my name is. Can't think of anything other than. Wait, no.
Ray.
Vincent, but people call him Vinny.
Of course they do.
Yeah.
That girl's car pulls out front. Finally, she was supposed to be here 3 hours ago. You got to get this thing going before the patrol comes by.
All right, she's here. So, gonna
Rush
go
out there and hurry
downstairs.
that little girl along.
Go downstairs. Kind of knock on her window. Hey, you here? Good.
You're
Wanna
thinking
come
about
inside?
going inside when this guy comes flying out of the building. He's like 5'0" and he's like got greased back hair and the douchiest of beards. And he like walks up to your car and starts knocking on the window. Go, hey, girl, and it's Shawn.
I got to get this thing done. So you got to come inside. You got to talk to. I think you're gonna talk to a dude, maybe buy a gun. I don't know. Anyway, you're coming inside.
What? Like, I got your number out of nowhere on my phone.
Yeah, I sent it to you.
Everything,
Come on,
like,
get out your car. Let's go.
who the fuck are you even?
You can call me Vinny. Let's go. Come on.
Vinny, okay,
You can
but
tell
that
her that
doesn't explain.
Dr. Andrews is upstairs waiting. That would be you, Eric.
Oh yeah, that's right. There's a doctor up there. You're not buying a gun. That's right. All right. So
That's
I
the
hooked
other
you up.
guy.
Yeah, that's
Can
the
I
other guy
still
that's
buy a
coming.
But
gun?
upstairs, not downstairs.
Sure. If you want to buy a gun, I'll sell you a fucking gun. I'll sell you fucking kidneys. I'll sell you children. I'll sell you candy. Actually, don't take the candy. It's poison. It's got razor blades in it. That's not true. Anyway, I need you to come upstairs. You're gonna come upstairs, and we're gonna cut your junk off or something. I don't know. Come on, let's
What?
go. Yeah, let's go. Come on. I got
Oh.
you a doctor.
I don't know how you know that.
I don't either.
It was
Let's
all
go.
arranged. You were given her name and contact information and told they'd pay 5 times the normal amount.
Yeah, come on. Let's. I gotta sell a guy a gun. You could buy the gun, but you got a doctor. Let's go.
Okay.
You actually
You're
follow this
moving too
crazy
slow.
motherfucker
Let's
in
go.
there?
Come on.
As
Yeah.
far as bad life decisions go, we're on a roll.
If I'm gonna go out, I might
for
as
bingo.
well go out with a bang, right?
He
You got a
escorts
credit
you.
card or something, some collateral. You know what? I'm gonna take the deed to your car. I'm gonna hold your car in escrow, and it'll be fine. Come on, let's go. Get
Yeah,
inside.
sure. It
Escrow.
belongs
So
to
you
my
own the car?
aunt.
Is it your car, or did you rent that? Are you renting that car?
No, it's my aunt's.
Oh, fuck your
But-
aunt. Come on, let's go.
Okay.
He escorts you up some stairs inside this rickety old warehouse into a very unsanitary room that just has like a spotlight pointing at a hospital bed that was obviously wheeled in here today. And there's a doctor there that Eric is portraying that, like, he's not wearing gloves and he's got the white coat on, but it's covered in stains of God knows what. And, like, he's got the sniffles. and he's like,
I know what you're
cleaning
thinking.
a scalpel in whiskey.
I know what you're thinking.
I
But
mean,
the gloves are extra. Okay. Just
I will pay extra for the gloves. I'm in medical school. This isn't.
funny story. We don't have gloves. Just rub it in whiskey. All right. Doc, you okay? You good? I'm gonna go sit in the other room and hope not to listen to some screams.
Screams.
Yes, I'm fine.
Do you not have lidocaine?
But
Vinny
I don't know what
leaves.
you're talking about. But you know what? I bet you I could sell it to you. I'm gonna go check the warehouse. I'll be right back.
Now it's just you and this doctor.
Hello, young lady. Please come in.
Doctor, I'm 57. I mean,
Yes. Please
Holy
have a
shit!
seat.
You're 57 years old. What kind of work you getting done?
Thank you for your help, Andrew. Thank you for your
All
help,
right,
Andrew.
that's
Please,
it.
please
The name's
hold
Vinny.
on. Thank you.
Vinny.
God, this
Yes,
guy won't
already,
leave the
I'd be
scene. He just keeps
Alright.
popping back in.
He's
Shut
just
the door,
outside the
click.
door listening.
Please have a seat. Please, yes. Okay.
uh,
Is this your first time?
yes. Well, technically, no. My, at birth, you know what?
Okay.
Never mind.
Well, here, would you like something to drink before we get started?
To drink, but aspirating, like, you know, when you get put under and you have something to eat or drink, you know,
He just stares blankly and he's like, yes, of course. Yes. It's all sanitary and above board here. Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Okay, and
I
this
don't know.
is when you're like, you don't got time to wait around, Andrew, so you're still prepping. Then you reach down and you pull out a really shiny metal case. Doesn't look like it has a seal on it, but like you put your thumbs on a certain spot and it doesn't work,
Mhm.
and you pull out a piece of paper, and this is what Sarah's watching. And you read it, and you're like, oh, and you touch the other side in the same spot, and it slides open, like part to the back and part to the front, so you can reach in from the top. Light spills out. And he pulls out a syringe, like an old-timey one with the two round things you put your fingers in, and it's like that long, and the needle's like that long. And he looks at it.
This'll only hurt a little bit.
He looks at it, and it's a swirling blue substance that just won't stop swirling, and it's got a little glow to it.
I just need you to hold very still, okay?
What is that? I've never seen that in my school.
Oh, we use it all the time here. Don't worry.
But is that even clear?
Hold up.
for you?
Correction. We don't do this stuff all the time, okay? Just this is a one-time deal.
Vincent,
Just-
thank you for your help, Vincent.
Oh,
Please shut
sorry.
the door.
Yeah.
Thank-
You let me know. I'll be right outside the door.
When she looks the other way.
Nice. He injects you with the liquid, and it hurts for a second, but then it feels blissful. You know that feeling right after a really intense orgasm? It's like that, but it doesn't go away.
Yeah, so we're going to get started here, okay? Whatever your name is, okay? I'm gonna need you to sign your name here on this paper for legal reasons. It's
What
so
did
fine,
you just...
I forgot you probably can't sign your name. It's okay. Here, let me help you.
Doc,
I-
no
Her
names.
Her name's
No
like
names.
her. You know.
Just a scribble.
You...
You feel wonderful.
It'll be all right now.
He escorts you over to the bed and plops you down on it.
Vincent, give me a hand in here.
What? Oh, hey. Hey, look, I found a pair of gloves. I'm going to use these right now, okay? I
Okay,
don't wanna
okay.
get anything
Please,
on my-
please
yeah,
move
all
the
right.
girl. Please move the girl.
All right. All right. I'm not touching you in any way. We're not doing anything.
Even though you are.
Even though we are. But, you know,
Give me a hand, please, Vincent. Thank you.
help him.
You plop her down on the surgical bed, such as it is. And then, like, the Doc Andrew over there starts reaching for straps. What's your reaction to that, 57?
What are those for? I've not
It's just to make sure that you are
experienced
safe. You know, it is for safety.
those. Safe from... What? Exactly?
Hey, Doc, can I talk to you for a second? I need to
Please,
talk to you for a
one
second.
moment, please. I'm still adjusting the straps.
Now,
Wait,
what
wait.
the Doc is doing...
You know we're trying to do actual surgery here, right? Not some weird stuff, right?
in
okay.
the
But
moment...
the fridge...
Okay,
In the
I'm gonna
moment-
need you to leave the room now until I need you again later.
Now,
All right, I'm gonna be right outside the door listening. All right.
Vinny, in the
I-
moment
Yeah.
that the doc reaches for the straps before he tries to put it on her, you glance at her face, and you know that digital effect where everything turns into squares?
Right.
Her face does that, and when it passes to the other side, her skin is tanner, her eye color is different, her eyebrows are a different shape.
Oh damn.
Yeah. You do good work, Doc. All right. I don't know what you're using in here, but that's real good stuff. I mean, yeah, it's all right.
That's
You've
the
already
reaction.
done some surgeries.
Do not look. Do not
Right.
look. Please leave the room. Please leave. Please leave.
All right, I'm gonna be right outside listening. Okay. Not listening. Not listening.
No
Not
picking.
listening.
Shuts the door.
Doc, I would like you to roll 1d10 with a difficulty of 8.
I'm dying.
Doc, here's the worst mage ever. Difficulty of 8, 1d10.
Oh, fuck that.
At least it wasn't a botch.
It's
You
true.
convince the doc not to strap you down. He's like, okay, but you'll have to hold still. This might hurt. And then he begins the surgery. It just feels like pressure, like you're already anesthetized. Except he's not cutting anywhere near your genitals. He seems to be doing something to your intestines.
What do you? That's not where.
This is all perfectly normal. I am simply massaging the
ovaries.
to your body.
Massage.
This is.
Did you hear?
This is all natural.
But medical school. I might pass out.
That is fine.
At this point,
my vitals.
what are you thinking in your head? Not what are you saying.
I'm gonna fucking die.
And
wishing that it would actually work,
and then
but knowing that I'm
Doc,
probably gonna die.
Doc, you do the incision and whatever you think you're doing to her insides, but then it closes itself before you get your hand in there. So you do it again, and it closes
shit.
itself before you get your hand in there.
He's just like,
God damn it, Eric.
oh. What the fuck? What the fuck was that? He's just like, okay.
And then she sits.
Everything is fine.
And then
Oh,
he sits up. They, I think in this case, right? You're a they right now.
Yes.
Yeah, they sit up, and they say, "No, I've got this." They grab the knife from you. They actually just kind of look at it, and then their eyes cloud over and get all like they're in another place, even though they're right here. And you look down, and they suddenly are they, as they become androgynous. It just sort of happens. And you think to yourself, "Huh? Even I couldn't do that." You gotta go make a call.
Oh shit.
So this is what you see. You think you just did surgery to yourself, but this doctor is like freaking out, and he's leaving the room, dialing something on the weirdest cell phone you've ever seen.
Vincent.
Yeah. What you got? What you need?
He busts
Need
open
more
the door.
gloves?
This shit it's happening again. Come on.
I don't want no dead bodies on anything. All right. I don't got the freezers are full.
Oh shit.
What? Did you fuck
What
up?
you
Did
overhear
fuck
them
up?
saying, because this is not soundproof at all, is, so we're gonna have to knock her out, and we're gonna have to get her out of here. I'm gonna have to tie her up. Just like last time, we got to get rid of this one. What do? This room has a
You said
window
this
if
wasn't
you want
gonna
to take a
happen again.
3-story swan dive.
I
You
stand
don't
up
think
with
you
the
could overpower
scalpel,
two of them. Okay. You still have it.
and I pointed at them.
They're not in this room. They think they're having a quiet
Oh.
discussion in the other room, but Vinny is not quiet.
I have the scalpel, and the only way down is through the window.
Or
Is
go
that
through
what
them. Yes. It's a window kind of day.
What better way to shatter your reality than jumping out through a window in a 3-story building?
Oh shit! It's a metaphor.
We have nothing left to lose,
Shawn actually got part of this, yes. Nicely done.
and I do dive through the window, scalpel in hand.
You go out the window and everything slows down subjectively for you while you do. And you throw your arms out. And you feel that blue stuff move through your body like millions of little bugs. And you see your own skin do that wobble effect, like something inside of you is changing you. And like a membrane pops out under both of your arms and catches the wind. Like a flying squirrel.
Oh. Huh.
Squirrel! Sorry.
And it pushes you up and flips you around and you land on your butt in a bush. Unharmed. And then you get that weird feeling again, like thousands of little spiders, and then you no longer have the membranes.
We need to go home.
You stand up and head for your car.
Yes.
You see flashes of light upstairs, and you hear Vinny scream and swear. And then you see another flash of light, and you don't hear anything else from the dock. It's like a weird red light. And you head around the side of the building to your car, and you see two Steves standing in front of it.
Motherfucker.
Two Steves.
With fedoras on, their hands folded in front of them, and they're like, "Ma'am," and they open the passenger door of your own car. It's 10 o'clock at night, they're wearing sunglasses.
You're wearing sunglasses at night.
Yes, ma'am. If you'd get in the car, please.
This is my car. Our car. We'll drive it.
The agent goes, "Ma'am, if you'd get in the car."
Ma'am.
"I apologize, sir."
Not sir.
He seems confused, but then you realize
Does not compute.
you're in the passenger seat, and you're shutting the door.
Where are
He
we
says,
going?
"Now, if you'll just stay calm and come with us, being," that's what he's going to call you instead of sir or ma'am. This is not Steve, don't worry. This was in another age of the Technocracy. And he says, "Everything will be explained to you." And the scene fades out on you driving away, arguing, but somehow perfectly relaxed in the car. Every time you try to look at him to argue, everything becomes calm and fine. And when you look at him, you don't see mirror shades. You just see a reflection of yourself, convincing you to do what they want you to do.
Effective.
Okay.
And the scene fades out on 57. Fading from black. What's your character's name, Steve? We got time for one more. The other two left.
My character?
Yep.
My character's name is Jonathan Doman.
Fading up from black, Jonathan. You come to, and you're like laying on your hands, like if you fell asleep at your computer desk, and everything is sore and stiff.
No. I'm not me. I'm. This is a role-playing game.
Everything is sore and stiff. And you stretch, and you're like in an uncomfortable plastic chair and a big old uncomfortable metal table in front of you in a bare concrete room with a big mirror in the front. And there's like a metal ring in the middle of the table and no one across from you. It's cold. There's a cup of cold old coffee in a styrofoam cup in front of you. And a notepad with a pencil.
Okay. Notepad, pencil, coffee, ring in the center of a table.
Big reflective mirror and a metal door that's closed. Like a really
Okay.
big reflective mirror, like in a... Shit, I'm at the police station, aren't I?
Okay.
Mm.
Is the ring attached to the table? Like it's bolted to the table, or is it
Yeah,
like a
that's
thing
the
I can
ring you
pick
put
up?
the handcuffs through.
The handcuffs through. Okay,
Yeah.
just wanted to make sure I
Yep.
understood correctly. Okay, perfect. I get up and I'll do the thing everyone does. I don't know exactly what's going on, so I'll try to look through the one-way glass and just kind of peer through. You see if I can see anything at all.
You cannot. You can see yourself very, very well. And when you look at yourself in the eyes, you have a flash of memory. Wild party. Hot guys and girls, lots of booze. some kind of fight with one of your friends. That's it.
Hmm.
Very unlike you.
Seems very unlike me. I'll fix my hair in the reflection just a little bit.
Suddenly you hear a really loud noise coming from you don't know where. This would be your cue, Sarah. What do you want your mage to be called?
Am I actually myself, or am I another character?
No, this is an actual mage, not a technocrat. A mind mage trying to free this poor sucker from the technocrat's mind puzzle that they have him in.
Let's go with Piper.
You break through the static, and you can reach Piper's mind, but only for a moment. Say it loud and panicky. I mean, reach Agent Nobody's mind, but only for a moment, loud and panicky.
So wait, I'm saying this.
You're mentally communicating with him, but he's just a civilian, and you're trying to help him get the hell out of here before these technocrats do God knows what to him.
Still a civilian. I'll take the glasses off for this.
Perfect. Hey, you're not supposed to be here. None of us are supposed to be here. Just stay calm. I'm gonna help. I know, this must be freaking you out right now, but, like, I'm totally on your side. It's okay. Just whatever you do, don't listen to them.
They're coming, Piper. You've only got a second.
I only have a second. Now, what you're gonna need to do is you're gonna need to overpower these motherfuckers.
And then it cuts out at overpower. And the door opens. And this is your cue, Eric. Smith this up. What your goal here is to make him confess. It doesn't matter what he confesses to, you're breaking him. You're trying to break his will to induct him. Basically, you just want him to comply, and in this scenario, the illusion is he must confess whatever.
And just so
compliance
that I understand,
is the bottom line for you, Eric.
Okay.
For you, Steve, you don't know what the hell's going on.
Gotcha.
Afternoon, John. He shuts the door behind him.
Perfectly tailored suit, mirror shades.
How are you today?
Those are nice sunglasses you have.
How many fingers am I holding up?
Okay, well, that's mean while I don't have my glasses on.
I know where you got that from.
Yep.
4.
That is the wrong answer.
No.
He hits him with a bolt, knocks him out of his chair. Let's try this again.
He says, that's the wrong answer. And he takes his hand out from behind his bag, and it's just a little black thing. And he whacks it, and it pops out at both ends and crackles, and he hits you across the face with it, and it shocks you and knocks you into like the chair slides into the wall.
Let's try that again, shall we? How many fingers am I holding up?
4.
Bam! Again.
This continues for 10 minutes. Do you keep saying 4?
Once again, John. How many fingers?
Not sure. You'll have to come a bit closer.
That's better. Hit him again.
No. 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 It's just getting hard to see. You'll have to come a bit closer.
You can see just fine. You're almost there. I know you can do it, John.
I can't quite make it out. Just
It's all right. It's all right. Shh. It's okay. It's okay. Just open your eyes and focus. How many fingers am I holding up?
All right, hold on. 1, 2.
The door
3.
isn't really there.
What did you say?
4. Wait. Let me try that again. And I want to throw the coffee into his face and try to stab him with the pencil.
Okay.
You're going against the grain on this one. Okay.
It's only there if you want it to be there.
In your head as you rear back with the pencil. And the agent in front of you, like a little tiny tick up, just a little imperceptible tick up. And then the pencil is stuck to the wall, and you're on the floor. And he's where he was standing a minute ago. A second ago.
No.
Last chance, John.
Who are you? What is it? I don't. Why are
That's
you
the wrong-
doing this to me?
I'm
I
the one
didn't do
asking
anything.
questions here,
It's
John.
There.
I'm the one asking the questions here. You'll be answering them. This is the simplest question, and the only question you're really going to need to answer. How many fingers, John?
Roll 3 dice. D10s. Steve.
Okay, I was just gonna say I had an idea, but yeah.
Roll the dice first, then tell me the idea.
So the modifier is 3.
6. Oh, yeah, modifier. Just do 3d10. Sorry.
I
Just do
literally
3d10.
can't
It's the
see.
easiest way.
Well, I'm not sure how to roll individual dice.
Same way you do in any other game. Just do 3d10 in the chat
A little
box.
die
Oh,
thing over
yeah.
here underneath the ruler.
I
Yeah.
yeah, no,
Sorry,
no,
I was not
Nope.
clear.
I forgot how things work. No one laugh at me.
Okay, now what's your idea?
What did I get?
4, a 7, and a 4. 1 success.
I literally can't see the screen without my glasses. Okay. My idea is the voice in my head has told me I have to overpower him, and obviously charging him with the pencil didn't work. So, and this isn't like things aren't making sense. So, can I naturally make the idea that it could be mental strength? And I want to try to imagine that the hand he's holding up the 4 fingers with is now handcuffed to the loop in the table.
So what happens is, you're like, how the hell do I get out of here? I'm tired of getting beat down. And you look at the door right after the last shout of it's not there. And you blink, and it's not. The whole world spins as you experience vertigo. And everything, like, wobbles. Like, it pulls in and then whoops out. The whole room and everything. And then you blink, and Agent Smith there is handcuffed to the table. He looks surprised, but impressed.
Wow. Okay.
I bolt for the door.
He just smiles and laughs quietly as you leave. You bolt through the door, and through the doorway into another room with a metal table and another agent in the corner that looks exactly the same, smiling at you.
Hello, John.
You turn around, and there
Welcome
is
back.
no door, just a wall.
Come on, you know what the answer is.
Free your mind.
You can't be that dumb.
This
No.
is all inside you.
No. I imagine the pencil.
You just need to.
I look around. Is there another pad and pencil there?
Yes.
I look at the pencil and I imagine it now, instead of being graphite, that it has a diamond tip. And I grab it and I go and I make a big circle in the glass and I punch that out. And I try to go through that instead of the door.
Eric, this is where you say, now you're learning. To him.
Well, now we're definitely improving.
He doesn't
Thinking
do
outside
anything.
the bond.
Jump
Oh,
out
No.
the
John?
window.
No, I'm out of here. I'm getting out and I dive through that window.
You leap through the window into a hallway that just looks like an endless hallway of metal doors and windows you can see into the same room over and over again. They all have Smith. This version
What
of
the-
Smith.
He waves 4 fingers.
What the fuck? No.
You remember the last thing that person said to you. You think their name's Piper. You don't know how you know that. This is all in your head.
This is in my head. This is in my head. Okay, so that means... Okay, I can think things and they happen. I imagine myself in the same suit and glasses as Smith.
You're sprinting down the hallway, which endlessly loops to itself, and you're like, I know how to get out of here, and you start imagining it. And Piper, you scream to him, no! Anything but that! Stop!
Oh, anything but that. Stop.
You're making good progress, John. Just keep on going.
Do you continue anyways? Not that that
Running
voice is
or morphing into...
changing into Smith.
I listen...
That voice hasn't been real helpful.
No, I listen and I'm like, no, I can beat him.
The moment he starts heading off in a direction, I'm like, no, not that way. The other way.
Shawn, do you remember your part in this?
No, I don't.
You're the glitch in the Matrix. When he starts breaking out, you're the randomness. You decide what that is, person, place, or thing. At this moment,
Oh yeah.
At this moment, interrupt the hallway with something random and tell him what it is.
A guy in streaking a Slurpee.
That's why I picked Shawn for this. It'll be amazing.
Dr. Andrew.
Is it a guy drinking a Slurpee in front of a computer watching him?
Yeah. Can I interact with him?
Yes. Till I say stop.
I'm
Who
out.
the hell are you now?
Kevin from Intake. You got any more Slurpee?
I'm fucking dying. Dang it.
Do you like Coke Slurpees or Cherry Slurpees? Like that's like my social filter. There's a right answer here. Like I know that he was doing 4 fingers and shit, but there's a right. Like, do you like Coke Slurpees?
I don't drink Slurpees.
And that's when it snaps back to just the hallway.
Oh shit! I never
Kevin
thought
is
about that
gone.
answer.
I'll give you a hint, John. It's not 4.
As he fades away, he says, shit, I never thought of that answer.
Oh my god, that was the best.
And you're like, you stop and you think about it, John, and you're like, you're straightening your tie subconsciously while you're like, I don't understand. And you reach for your shades and put them on because they make you feel better. And then it occurs to you what you're doing.
What am I doing?
Straightening your tie and putting your shades on.
Oh, I see. I see. I stop and I look down this endless hallway and I look in one of the rooms and I see Smith and I look.
You look
in
at one of the
room.
rooms and you don't see Smith. You see.
Oh.
You see, is Piper male or female?
Piper is a female.
And you see this hot goth chick who looks all of a sudden really worried and scared, chained to the table. Look, it can't
Like
see you facing
Abby
away
from
from you.
NCIS.
Oh, got it. Yes, that hot goth chick.
They can't see me.
And you're looking through the two-way mirror, and that person is facing away from you, chained to the handcuffed to the table, but clearly upset. And then you jump a little because Smith is right next to you and says,
The answer's not 4, John. What's it gonna be?
and then another Smith from the other side of you says,
It's whatever I tell you it is.
and the door pops open to the interrogation room.
I'll look at the one Smith and I look at the other.
Think to come inside? Are we ready to begin?
I'll step through.
What do you say about how many fingers they're holding up before you step through?
I look at that one and I go, there are two fingers.
Good answer.
There are two fingers, and there are two fingers.
He says that, and he looks at Smith, and Smith looks at him, and he looks at the other Smith, and the other Smith looks at him, and they all nod and simultaneously step through the door, which slams shut. And Piper starts screaming as the camera fades out.
Oh, no. John, how could you?
It's like reverse Matrix. Cool, I like it.
No.
Plus 1 XP for the
machines got
Slurpee
him.
thing. That was great and very deadpan. And we'll have to do the other two next week because we ran out of time because those were both awesome, so I let them keep going.
Slurpees. Slurpees are my social filter.
All right.
Damn it, Shawn.
Those two intros were great. Top marks. Well, fellow agents, we've reached the end of the session, but have no fear. This game will continue every week right here at 5 Pacific, 8 Eastern, every Monday. Tune in next week to help bring the world to Ascension, where we will have longer sessions at an earlier time. But we're not quite done for tonight. First, vote on favorites. For those watching who don't know, votes can take one of two forms: a bonus die to any roll in any session, including magic, or a half an experience point. Declare it after you get the award. Shawn, who gets yours?
Sorry.
I'm gonna go with my scene partner, Eric, as the doctor.
All right. Steve.
That's really tough because in such a short period of roleplay, there was a lot happening. It was all really good.
Funky Thunder votes for the Slurpee.
The Slurpee.
I was just gonna say, just give it to Shawn for the Slurpee reference. I didn't get it, but I know it's I know it landed pretty well.
Oh man, I'm dying. I'm dying.
Dang it! No, I'm gonna go with the turning me into Picard.
Good catch. I was wondering if you'd get that. Oh, somebody
lots.
put it in the chat room. I just noticed.
Oh, I can't see chat, but I know that there are 4 lights.
Yes.
Yeah.
That was me.
Ah.
That was me. I put it
All right,
in
Eric,
chat.
who and why?
Slurpee was so good
Damn.
though.
Yes, it was.
I like the Sarah's origin story. That was
That was good.
That was really dark. That was
It was
really.
messed up.
That
Thumbs
phone
up,
call was
yeah.
some solid RP.
Mm-hmm.
So which of them gets it, Sarah or Steve?
Steve was brutal as fuck. Oh my god.
Man, that's I
You
can't.
did
wow.
so good reacting off of
Yeah.
it. Like that's
I think they should both get one because they were equally good.
I'll allow it. Half a point each. Sarah, who gets yours?
Oh shit. Like, so Steve had me like this close to tears, but in the best way possible. No, don't. I'm sorry, not that way. But the Slurpee freaking killed me.
yeah.
Oh my god, I'm pretty sure I would have fallen out of my chair if it didn't have arms on it. But freaking Eric with the Star Trek reference. I'm a Trekkie. It's so close to my heart. Oh man. I actually might have to roll a die for this if that's okay.
Do it.
It's actually
Okay.
2 references.
Do a
but,
1d3. Or 2, or whichever it was. I don't remember.
It was a
1984.
D3. So Shawn is 1, Steve is 2, Eric is 3. Eric
Oh,
gets
shit.
it.
Eric it is.
All
Because
right.
that was just perfect.
Shawn, we can do with yours.
With my vote?
Yeah, half a point or a free bonus die.
Oh, half a point.
Steve,
Half a point.
Eric.
Bonus dice always
All right.
bonus dice.
You got 2, right, Eric?
He did.
Yeah. So plus 2 bonus dice. And multiple rolls or 1 roll. Just remember that. It's a really good way to cheat on spells.
Yeah.
So, like, since Steve and I split a point, does that mean we get a quarter of
No,
the
you
experience?
each get half. You also get 2 points from me, 1 for the role playing and 1 for the attendance for all of you.
Is that a total of 2 or 3? Sorry.
2 from me. Then whatever
Okay.
your others were to add to that.
Where's the XP slot on this? No.
It's not there.
Oh, there isn't? Well,
No.
I've got a new copy of this I'm
Put it
uploading
in
later, so it
notes.
might be on the new one.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Nathan fixed the spell cards, so we don't have to look at the book a lot. It's going to be awesome.
Ooh.
Sweet.
All right. Well, it appears our power packs are running low, viewers, and we need to return to the construct to recharge. We'll catch up with the amalgam next week, complete the 2 other intro stories, and then dive into the actual story. Fellow agents of enlightenment, tell us what you're up to after this.
I'm always
I'm-
after Shawn.
So I actually have pizza tonight, so gonna
I'm
go
so
eat a small
jelly.
slice of pizza. Then I might go to bed. Oh no, I just got my new Pokemon, and I gotta stat him out and give him his moves. So
Monkey Thunder
I'll
would
do
be
that
proud.
before I go to bed. Yeah. Check out my website, cartoon.ninja. Check out our website, vorpaltales.com. And yeah, be awesome.
So I'm always after Shawn. Therefore, I am Sarah, aka at Neat Sullivan, aka Neat and Code Designs, and I am looking so forward to the next time we play this freaking game. But in between that time, you will find me on Wednesday night on both our channel and Onyx Path Publishing for They Came From the
Beneath
Beyond
the
the Grave.
Sea this week and Beyond the
Okay.
Grave next week.
So yeah, find out what happens to our intrepid Alex, who changes outfits. And also I will be playing Animal Crossing because like Animal Crossing and catching up on Avatar: The Last Airbender. Don't judge me.
Sure.
I am Steve. You can find me on the internet at Voodoo Arcade. You can also find me here at Vorpal Tales Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and somewhere along in the not too distant future, I'm sure we'll find something to do on a Tuesday. But yeah, until then, next find me on Wednesday, where I'll also be playing in the finale of They Came From Beneath the Sea.
Part 2.
And part 2. And then I will also be joining They Came From Beyond the Grave for some Hammer 50s, 60s, 70s horror awesomeness. Yeah, that's me. And I don't know what I'm gonna be doing tonight. It'll be something fun though. Something cool.
And I'm Eric. You can find me online at Maroon Recluse on Twitter, or Recluse anywhere else on the internet. And probably just gonna be hanging around and playing video games on the internet tonight, and then heading off to sleep. So just catch us back here next Monday night for more magical weirdness.
Yeah. Oh, I need to go find that documentary on the Men in Black.
Yes, character work.
Yeah.
Hulu,
I myself and am all
Conspiracy
our games, Mondays, Wednesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays. Come see us for more awesome adventures and terrifying tales. Remember, follow us on Twitch and go over to YouTube for the archive. Like and subscribe and check out our Patreon and leave comments. Your support helps us keep this going. Thanks for watching, and everyone, have a mutual night.